tears, tantrums, Charles and Tedward. What a night in the I'm a Celebrity jungle.
I think it's pathetic.
But it's getting a bit far now.
Is that spider? Oh, have I got my knickers on?
I'd have probably eaten it. It looked really yummy.
So I'd want to make sure that I would do my very best to bring back a successful victory for us.
I mean, I swear to God, last night she said to me, if this was the 2012 Olympics, I would have brought home the gold.
The capital of England used to be Birmingham.
So the kids have a lot to learn.
I'll give you a nice, I'll shove it up your tush.
Lovely. Welcome, showbiz reporter Gordon Sparks and Queen of the Jungle, Kerry and Gordon. Welcome. Lots to talk about. Let's start, first of all, with the madness of Pat Sharp. And we've actually, if you missed any of this last night, let's have a look at this.
Don't be sorry. It's my plan all along.
Oh my God, especially her trip. It's like
Thank you very much. I'm going to do something else.
So that's his reaction to the trial, and we've actually got his outburst, and which is what I thought we were going to show. And here it is now.
Pat Sharp needs locking up.
Oh, I want to go home. Oh, look, it's a nice leaf. I must take this home with me. Oh, bless you, Leaf.
Oh.
God, it's not brain surgery, is it? Jeez.
Sorry.
Easy. It's just ridiculous.
So he featured quite heavily in the show last night because we had that reaction of Sunita's trial. And the fact that she didn't get many stars, I think, is quite important with the way the rest of the show progressed, because he then appeared really to be going very heavily at Lorraine and her little teddy bear, who she's taken in as her luxury. So we'll have a look at that clip and then we can discuss it once, because now we've got all the picture together. Here you go.
If they do anything to that bear, I swear to God, I will rip that camp to bits. A Duke's a Jew, we all like a Jew. But it's getting a bit far now.
I have worked out a way of reaching a wire in there and pulling Tedward out. We unscrew the head, break the neck, one arm off, and send it back as a message. We shouldn't be upset about a teddy bear, because I'm not going to touch a teddy bear.
Just go away. Just stop talking about it. I am me. I am myself.
Discuss.
It has to be very careful here, because in the history of TV shows like this, Big Brother, bullying scandals kick off. You can end up with headlines on the front page, you know, it can go too far. And it was on the verge last night. It was very close to being too much, I think.
See, I'm really confused now with Pat Sharp, because when he first came into the cave with Sunita, he came across as if he had the patience of a saint. And now he's just nitpicking on poor Lorraine.
I know.
Who wouldn't harm a fly.
I know, and I hate it when people do this thing about when you say, oh, somebody's just nice, they're just being nice, nice is pathetic. It's like, when did that happen? Like, she is nice, and she's just a lovely lady.
It's also very cowardly, isn't it, to pick on the weakest in the camp. And it was quite playground in that respect, because he was playing to the two kids. He was playing to Mark and Dougie, which did look to me like it was a 15-year-old boy at school.
So let's put all these bits that we set up there together. Sunita did a trial. They know how bad she is now, because they all watched it because it was a live trial, and she didn't get very many stars.
Yeah.
They know, Pat knows, he works in the telly, that there's every possibility that because of that, she's going to get picked again. In fact, she ended up in the bottom two with Pat. In the bottom two with Pat, because he played Mr. Nasty. Had he played Mr. Nasty so that he got in the bottom two and hopefully was the one that did the trial, which will feed them more.
It's a brilliant theory. It's a brilliant theory. You know, you've got to work out, is it his true colours being shown after a couple of days, or is it a calculated strategy?
Well, I say that because of what he said at the very end of the show last night, which was when he'd been picked for the trial. And he said this.
Don't be sorry. It's my plan all along.
Oh my God, especially her trip. It's like
Thank you very much. I'm going to do something else.
So he said at the end of the ITV1 show, it worked, and at the beginning of the ITV2 show, it was my plan all along.
Now, you can look at that two ways, can't you? Either he realised he'd made a big mistake and was now incredibly unpopular,
and that is a backup plan to say that so that we all like him and think, oh, look at him looking after his campmates.
I don't know. I think he might have been really clever. I think he has done this on purpose. I really do.
I think the one area where his plan went wrong was he picked on the wrong person.
Yes.
On Lorraine.
If that's what
That's
he's
the only
done.
flaw in that plan, though, isn't it? We've got 2 TV professionals here who said they know TV. Pat knows TV. He's a clever guy, knows how it works. It's not beyond him, is it?
See, I'm really confused. I'm just like, do I like Pat? Don't I like Pat?
It's only reality telly, isn't it? Come on.
The great thing is that over the next few days we've got time to find out. We'll see whether or not that was all a setup or whether or not
when he does the
he's turned.
trial, and I'm actually really hoping, which is really evil of me to say, he doesn't bring anything back with him. If he was, if he was really being that mean to Lorraine and having a go at Sunita for not doing this, I keep thinking, I hope to God he doesn't win.
Well, he's got a horrible trial tonight. He's got to put his head through that thing and get all the stars with his mouth and all of those.
Yeah, he's got to face the crocodiles, doesn't he? But he kind of deserves it after the way he treated Tedward.
Yes.
Poor Tedward.
This is the sort of thing that he's got to do. This is the trial that Pat will be doing. I think he's actually going to do it really well.
I think he'll be brilliant
It's
on
just
this.
as well he's got rid of the mullet, actually. 'Cause that could have been health and safety.
There's a lot that run up that, isn't there?
My favourite moment of the series so far has happened, and this was with Dougie and Mark, and when he invented the drop bear. Let's just have a look at this clip because it's just genius.
Mate, you'll be fine. It's the drop bears you got to worry about. They drop on your head or gnaw on your head and you have to rip them off. Imagine, like, a little tiny bear thing with bat wings and, like, shark teeth.
I think I have seen, actually.
Drop bear, which doesn't exist. He's making it up.
He's the guy you could get with a left-handed screwdriver, the tartan paint, you know. That could go on. They should keep playing that game. It's good.
Well, bearing in mind, of course, that he was worried, really worried about the creatures in the face. He suddenly realised that he was in the middle of the forest. Because he'd watched a snake eat... Now, I don't know whether it's a baby... I don't know whether it was a baby possum or whether it was a rat that he watched, but this all unfolded underneath his bed.
Got something else here as well. Oh, my God, Doug, there's a snake. And it's just ate the rat. It ain't till then now that I've realised, oh, my God, I'm in the middle of a jungle. Oh, Dougie, I'm scared. What can I do? We're really in the wild.
Oh, let's have a look. My God, it's deserving.
Off my bed.
This was after he'd said an emu is a bird, isn't it? And then Birmingham was the capital of England. He's fantastic value. He's just brilliant.
He's getting a lot of airtime as well. But I don't know if I'm going to get a bit bored of Mark.
No. I don't think you just can't help but love him. I mean, he's so stupid, but you just love him.
ITV are creating a star here. They did it about with Stacey Solomon a few years ago. I think they're doing the same here. He's been talking of this Keeping Up with the Kardashian-style series he'll get on his own. So that's what they're doing.
Good thought. And what about the unravelling of Anthony Cotton? I'm not quite sure. Once again, I'm not quite sure whether this is the true personality coming out here, because we know that they're hungry, and we know that if you are hungry, then it does make you pretty scratchy.
Yeah, it really does. Now, I don't know if he's just got a really dry sense of humour, but he just seems to be falling out with everybody. He's fallen out with Mark, he's fallen out with Pat. I think Mark was going on about cooking the food last night, and they fell out, but Mark still wants to keep in touch with him after the show's finished.
I love the fact that he was giving his cookery advice through the little letterbox.
Yeah.
But he also had a bit of a go at Fatima.
He did, and I think he kind of had reason to as well.
Yeah,
he did compare a game to the 2012 Olympics, which was ridiculous.
Which is hilarious.
It just strikes me that Anthony is walking off to the Bush Telegraph after every 10 minutes just to have a little bitch about people, and you just want somebody to tap him on the shoulder and say, just settle down.
This is him and Fatima.
We were playing a game in the jungle called Beat the Bugs, Dart Attack, where Willie Carson, the ickle jockey, was studying cockroaches throwing darts, and I was answering questions about Mel B, and she said if it was the 2012 Olympics, she would have brought home the gold. Now, I think the madness is set in.
It does make me laugh. But bearing in mind, Fatima, she should have been picked for the throwing trial. Stephanie's gone mad.
Stephanie hasn't got a clue who she is anyway.
And you've got Lorraine publicly saying my memory is rubbish, and so Stephanie picks her for the memory game.
I don't think she's a bit of a bully, Steph. I think she's very dominating, and her word is gold.
Yeah.
And she likes to be in control. Even if you know she's wrong, she's like, no, what I say goes.
What's your gossip?
Two bits of gossip. A real problem with ticks in the camp. The star of the show you don't get to see is Dr. Bob. He's taking out 20 to 30 ticks a day. Ant and Dec apparently might have one today as well. Not nice, that, is it? And then more on the odds today. 16 to 1, Holly, to join next year.
60 to 1?
16.
16 to 1. It's never going to happen.
And 40 to 1 to win, so you're more popular than Phil. Official.
OK. Well, we knew that.
Well, neither of us are going to go in, so there you go.
Well, let's put some money on it and go.
Right.
Yeah, good idea. Thank you.
Thank you.